For so long, I was operating from a masculine energy and I didn't even have a clue. And it's not like I was always this way, but I think it's something I switched over to over time and got used to due to the circumstances and the conditions that I was living in. Hey you, if it's your first time here, I'm Dee, welcome to my channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you like videos around self-improvement, relationship, and a little bit of lifestyle. Now, I'm not here to say that the feminine energy is better than masculine energy. No, as a matter of fact, we all have both and we all need both. But if we're in a balanced state, usually women would have around 80% feminine energy, 20% masculine energy, and for a man would be the other way around. So it would be around 80% masculine energy and 20% feminine energy. For me, it wasn't until the beginning of this year that I started to see the differences in myself, and I became more self-aware of it, and I wanted to make the changes because I wasn't really happy with the state that I was in. So today I decided to share some of these differences that I noticed about myself in a few chapters with you. And this way, if you can relate to what I'm talking about and you do want to change it, then you would have a better idea by the end of this video. Chapter 1, let me explain to you these energies a little bit better so we can start to see the differences. A masculine is more of a doing energy, where a feminine is more of a being energy. So a healthy masculine energy is more about doing things, accomplishing things, leaving an impact and influence on the world. Whereas the feminine energy is more so about focusing on how they feeling loved and connected and inspiration and at peace. Also, masculine energy is more about thinking and logic, whereas the feminine energy is more about feeling and intuition. So one of the first differences that I noticed about myself was the fact that I realized that I wasn't being super connected to my intuition how I used to be. But I was always more about thinking. So I was less about being and more about doing. And if you would have asked my friend would always see me always on the go, always rushing, always reacting, always do, go. And just so you know, this is how a masculine energy looks like. Like, when you think of a masculine energy, it's like they're more forward. You're always like about doing and running and taking action. But when you think of a feminine energy, it's more so like laid back and more relaxed and more in the being rather than the doing. By the way, before I get farther into this, I want to make something clear. When I keep talking about feminine energy and masculine energy, I'm not talking about gender. So let's keep that out of the equation. I simply just mean energy. So just like I was saying before, I was always about chasing and trying to track the things down that I really wanted in my life. No amount of work was really enough for me. I just wanted to do more and more. So think of it really this way. Think of having a farm and just keep sowing seeds all the time, but never even giving them enough time to grow and be ready to be ripped. So imagine just sowing and running and never allowing it enough time to respond to you, to react to you. That was the state that I was in. I was never stepping back and allow things to respond to me before taking the next action and taking the next action. But I was always putting the action, if that makes sense. When it comes to the feminine energy, we are meant to spend most of our time in being and responding and receiving, not the go style. We are meant to be in tune with our body and our intuition and our feelings, so we would know when we've done enough of something to lay back, relax, and allow things to work out and allow things to do their thing. And ladies, I feel like that's one of our superpowers that I actually was neglecting instead of embracing. Chapter 2. Another thing that I noticed about myself was the fact that I was being too independent. Not only in my life, but also in my relationship. I was trying to take care of everything. I was trying to handle everything on my own and not really get any help. And then that started to really affect how I was feeling. I was feeling always tired. I was feeling always exhausted. Not even that, but slowly I started to have even resentment towards my partner. Questioning, why isn't he doing the things that he should? Why isn't he taking care of some of the things? Why isn't he leading our relationship in certain areas? And that's exactly when I had my aha moment. It wasn't the fact that he didn't want to do it or he wasn't capable of it. No, the real reason was the fact that I wasn't giving him the space to do his part. Because growing up, I was taught to be this independent person and not rely on men, take care of myself and take care of my bills. Therefore, I wasn't really giving him the chance to even prove himself that he got us, that he can protect me, that he can take care of us, and allow him to take some of the leadership roles of our relationship. Chapter 3. When I started to lay back a little bit and allow my man to take care of things started to get better for me. I started feeling more energetic, more calm, more peaceful, and more loving towards my partner. I started to feel like I just wanted to really support him and be his encourager, and also nourish him physically and emotionally. I started feeling more like I was in good hands and protected, rather than always feeling fearful of the future and any circumstances that would really come up. This new energy for me was more like, I'm gonna lay back because all is good, all is going well, and everything is going to work out in my favor. I started to feel more like I was ready to receive rather than give, and not having anything left for myself. So by me doing the opposite of what I was used to, I started to see the effects this difference had on me and how much happier I was. And that right there was already a good sign for me that I'm doing the right thing. Chapter 4. This one's gonna upset some people, but please remember that whatever I'm sharing today is simply my experience, my opinion, and my beliefs. You don't have to agree with me or disagree. If living your life how you are right now is working out for you, then keep doing you, boo. But if it's not, then you know we have some things in common. What I'm here to say today is that this third wave of feminist movement, that we can do whatever a man can do, it's just simply not working out. I can see that a lot of women are starting to feel more exhausted and tired all the time. And some are even getting sicknesses such as hormonal issues and gut issues, just because they are trying to compete with a human being that is certainly not created the same way as us. And I mean men. We are just getting tired of always chasing and pursuing all the damn time and not being able to just sit back and relax and not have to work hard all the damn time. So I'm actually really happy to see that more women are starting to bring this feminine energy and femininity really back by talking about it on social media. And I'm sure if you've been on, TikTok and all these platforms, you've seen similar messages to mine here and there. Men and women's body are just not created the same way. Our hormones are always fluctuating and are different in a 28-day cycle, whereas a man's hormones are always resetting and restarting every freaking day from morning to night. And this is just like a very simple example of it. They're just created to do some of the things that we really are not meant to do. And I repeat again, we are not meant to do. Not that we can't do, but we are not meant to do. And I want you to know this, just because we can do it, it doesn't simply mean that it's good for us or we should do it. So at this point of my life, I rather just do the things that simply feels right for me. And honestly, I haven't been disconnected to myself and my intuition and my feelings like ever before. Chapter 5. Here's another one. You know, when I was being that independent girl who got it all and I was working hard and I was always on my hustle and grind, I wasn't really getting the chance to take care of myself. So I completely lost sight of taking care of my look, taking care of my hair, my skin, my nails. Even the way I used to dress up changed because I simply didn't want to put my focus anywhere else but my work on my business. I stopped working out, I started gaining weight, even started to affect my skin. And I started to look older than I was just because I wasn't really taking care of myself anymore. My health absolutely declined because I was always so stressed. And even if I wanted to go out and do something fun or take time off, these thoughts were always hunting me about work and worrying me. It started to even affect my relationship because we barely would have time to spend with each other, go out and do something fun. And it started to make me feel like I wasn't in the right relationship or my relationship was boring. But that wasn't the truth. The issue was because I was so focused on work and I just wanted to get things done and get to where I wanted to get in life faster that I was completely neglecting everything else that mattered to me. So when I realized this and I started to make changes and I started to take care of my hair, my body, myself, my skin, my nails, the way I dress up, things definitely changed for the better. So there you have it. Those were some of the differences that I became aware of. I made the changes to finally learn how to embrace my feminine energy rather than neglecting it. Let me know in the comments if you want me to make more videos like this, because I definitely do read them and it will help me bring more value to you on my next video. Also, make sure to comment below and share with me if you felt related to this video at all, and share some of the tips that has helped you switch over to your feminine energy more with the people that will be watching this video as well. I'm sure they can find it helpful. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram so we can stay connected, and make sure you check out all the other videos that I've created for you that I'm sure you're gonna find helpful. Until later, bye!
I'm the only one that you know. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.